Padma Shri Institute of Management and Sciences. The Indian government and Ministry of Women and Child Development began an initiative to uplift women of our country and give them due dignity and respect. So, 24 January was chosen as the National Girl Child Day. Every year on January 24, India observes National Girl Child Day, and the main aim to celebrate this day is to create awareness about the rights of the girl child, the importance of girl education, the health of a girl child, and difficulties a girl child faces, such as female infanticide, gender inequality, and physical abuse. So let us mark the beginning of this celebration with a beautiful folk song, which will now be sung by BVOC second year student, Miss Mugdha Hegde. Over to Mugdha Hegde.
Namaste everyone. I'll be singing a folk song, Bhagyada Baligara. Bhagyada Baligara hogi banantavarige. Bhagyada Baligara hogi banantavarige. Ninna tavarura nanenu ballenu. Ninna tavarura nanenu ballenu. Gottilla yanage guriyilla ele bale. Gottilla yanage guriyilla ele bale. ತೋರಿಸುಬಾರೆ ತವರೂರ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಬಾಳೆ ಬಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡು ಸೀಬೆ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡು ಬಾಳೆ ಬಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡು ಸೀಬೆ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡು ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೇಲಿ ನೀ ಹೋಗೋ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೇಲಿ ನೀ ಹೋಗೋ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆನ್ನ ತವರೂರು ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾರೆ ತವರೂರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾ ನಿಂತವರೂರ ಹಂಚಿನ ಮನೆ ಕಾಣೋ ಕಂಚಿನ ಕದ ಕಾಣೋ ಹಂಚಿನ ಮನೆ ಕಾಣೋ ಕಂಚಿನ ಕದ ಕಾಣೋ ಇಂಚಾಡುವೆರಡು ಗಿಳಿ ಕಾಣೋ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ಇಂಚಾಡುವೆರಡು ಗಿಳಿ ಕಾಣೋ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆನ್ನ ತವರೂರು ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾನೆಂತವರೂರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾನೆಂತವರೂರ ಆಲೆ ಹಾಡುತ್ತಾವೆ ಗಾಣ ತಿರುಗುತ್ತಾವೆ ಆಲೆ ಹಾಡುತ್ತಾವೆ ಗಾಣ ತಿರುಗುತ್ತಾವೆ ನವಿಲು ಸಾರಂಗ ನಲಿದಾವೆ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ನವಿಲು ಸಾರಂಗ ನಲಿದಾವೆ ಬಳೆಗಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆನ್ನ ತವರೂರು ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾರೆ ತವರೂರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾ ನಿಂತವರೂರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆ ಹಟ್ಟಿಲಿ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಚಪ್ರ ಹಾಸಿ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆ ಹಟ್ಟಿಲಿ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಚಪ್ರ ಹಾಸಿ ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೇಲಿ ಪಗಡಿಯಾಡುತ್ತಾಳೆ ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೇಲಿ ಪಗಡಿಯಾಡುತ್ತಾಳೆ ಅವಳೆ ಕಾಣೋ ನನ್ನ ಹಡೆದವ್ವ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾ ನಿಂತವರೂರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ತೋರು ಬಾ ನಿಂತವರೂರ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾರೆ ತವರಿಗೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಳಿಗಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು
Thank you, Ms. Mugda, for such a melodious folk song. Thank you very much. Now, I'd like to request our beloved principal, Dr. Anuradha ma'am, who has been an inspiration for all of us, to kindly present the inaugural talk. Over to Anuradha ma'am.
Thank you, Nita. A very good afternoon, everyone. The topic needs no introduction. It is just with all the pride and honor, I would like to give a small message about National Girl Child Day. All of you know the importance of a girl child. I need not stress about it, but let us see the mind-boggling things which are happening in India regarding girls. First, let us learn at the end of this day, educate, encourage, and empower girl children. As I told you, these are all the mind-boggling statistics which happened. I have taken it from a source. A source has been given at the end. There were more than 10 million female fetuses have been terminated over the past 20 years in India. More than 27 child deaths a year, with the figures for female children being much higher than the male children. That is what female infanticide. 53% girls in the age group of 5 to 9 years are illiterate because there were many school dropouts, and generally, especially in rural India, girl children are not sent to schools. 75% of married women were underage when they got married. It is child marriages are still very common when it comes to women. 1 in every 2 girls are malnourished. This is most important fact which all of you to remember. This malnourishment will not stop at the age of girls. It will continue because you would have seen women in India, even in educated families, even families like us, first importance is being given to the family. After entire family eats, then only women will start eating. Generally, if the food is nutritious and delicious, it will get over very quickly and only leftovers will be there for the women. If the food is not good, and lot of things will be dumped into the women, and generally women either tend to become malnourished or obese because of this particular issue, especially in India. Out of 12 million girls born, 1 million die before the first year of their life. Such an astonishing thing. See, this is happening in India. 1 out of 6 girl child dies due to gender discrimination. 1 out of every 10 women report instances of child abuse. Even among us, many of us would have faced that. Many of us don't even let it know, even to our mothers. We just silently bear with this kind of child abuse. Female mortality is higher in 224 out of 402 districts in India. These are all mind-boggling facts about girl children in India, isn't it? Let us see what we can do for this. Let us join together to save girl child. According to Save the Girl Child organization, out of the 12 million girls born in India, 1 million die before the first year of life, and 1 in every 2 girls in India is malnourished. This year, I just want to tell you, being a head of the institution who is offering courses in food and nutrition and dietetics, and in many more courses in food. See, my dear children, see, my dear participants, we are in India as a country, we are the second largest producer of food, but still, girl children in our country are malnourished. Isn't it bitter truth, which we all have to accept and take an oath and try to create awareness to increase, to demolish this malnourishment among girls? What will happen if girls are malnourished? Girls are malnourished, women are malnourished, and they become elders and they bear children, and the children too will get malnourished. And finally, you will have an unhealthy nation. If you want to have a healthy nation, you need to make your girl child healthy, hale, and perfectly all right in all terms, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. This National Girl Child Day, be proud of a girl child. They are the one who are made up of courage, determination, sacrifice, commitment, talent, and love. A world without girl is as impossible as a world without water. A girl child is a pride and the future of the nation. Empowering your girl child means empowering your future, empowering the entire nation. Try to be with us, join us in this mission of empowering girl children. So, educate, empower the girl children. Save girl child. It is not a request. It is, you need to have this like a mantra in your mind and be with this girl children, so that you can build a very healthy society. With this mark of a small message, I request our guest speaker to take over, and I thank all the speakers, all the participants who are all there in this event to save the girl child mission. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such a beautiful message. Let us empower and let us support the girl child and educate her and make sure that she is nutritionally supported so that she can conquer the world. Thank you very much for that beautiful message. Thank you once again, ma'am. So on account of this National Girl Child Day celebration, we have a versatile feminist with us today as a resource person who is Ms. Naufa M. And it is my proud privilege to introduce her to the participants. She has always been a passionate feminist who has always raised her voice for women rights and freedom. So let me introduce to you all Ms. Naufa M. Ms. Naufa M is currently working as cloud engineer at Wipro Technologies, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. She is a passionate writer and has published 2 books, and those are Risen from Her Ashes, which is a novel based on Nirbhaya rape victim, and The Unmarried Widow, which is a novel about casteism and honor killing. Her novels are recognized by Times of India as the best-selling books of Coimbatore. She has won Coimbatore's Best Orator Award. She has worked for Sharp Motors Limited as a conference planner at a young age of 17. She has also worked for Cognizant Technology Solution Coimbatore as systems engineer and at Sociopotent as company secretary and skills trainer. Currently, she is working for Wipro Technologies as cloud engineer. She is versatile and has expertise in so many different fields. She is a food blogger, a makeup artist, part-time soft skill trainer, costume designer, movie and novel reviewer. So she is absolutely a true example of women empowerment, and we are glad to have you with us today, Ms. Naufa, and we are looking forward to getting enlightened by you. So she will be now giving us a talk on Empower Women, Empower India. Over to Ms. Naufa.
Thank you, Dr. Nida, for such thank you for such a wonderful introduction. So, a very good evening to the management and the students. Today is the silver jubilee of my sessions. Yes, today I am doing the 25th sessions, and I'm so glad that I have the privilege to talk on a topic that I've been advocating for years unknown. I've been doing that for a long time because we don't know when to start taking a stand for ourselves, right? So I don't know how it started. I don't know with who it started, but I started taking that stand many years ago. So, yes, today is my 25th session, and I'm so happy that the topic has to be about something about women empowerment. So, I would like to register my gratitude to Dr. Anuradha, the principal of this prestigious institution, for taking the initiative I don't know. I most colleges don't. Maybe I'm not sure, but this occasion is very has been like I've not encountered it earlier. So thank you so much, ma'am, for taking an initiative, and to Dr. Nida for giving me such a wonderful opportunity, and the organizers of this event for organizing this in such short notice. So today, we'd be talking about empower the women, empower the nation. Okay, so I'm sorry. Did someone say something?
No, you can go ahead, Ms. Nova. I
Yeah.
request the participants to kindly mute. The speaker can speak uninterruptedly.
Yeah. So today specifically, I would like to talk about how education in specific is going to empower the nation. Okay. So I was born and brought up in a family that did not treat my brother and I differently. It always my parents always gave me what my brother had. So there was not much of inequality at home. Uh, Sometimes I do have that as well. So when I go out, my parents keep calling me and they ask me, who are you with? And at what time will you get back home? Come back before it gets dark and all of that. So I cannot fight at this specific point because uh, they're worried, they're considerate about my safety, so I cannot fight and ask them why they don't do that to my brother, and why he can come home late and all of that, because today we know what happens when a girl walks alone on the road. So I should also be considerate of what the reason is behind their care. And at the same time, there was an instance when my parents told me that I went to a mall, and my parents told me that if you find somebody known to you, just hide yourself or tell them that you're like that we are around you in another shop or in another outlet or something. So I asked them, why do I have to say that? And my mom told me, see, if they find you all alone in a mall, they'll think bad about you. And I was quite skeptical, and I asked her why. And it's like girl children shouldn't go alone to malls or anywhere. That's the place I fought. And I told her, no, that's not right to do that. And they're scared of what people will think. People will talk like they have left their girl children, they've left their daughters all alone to the mall. What kind of culture is that, and all of that. That is a place where I specifically take a stand for myself, because other times it's all about the question of safety and all of that. Okay, I understand, but when it crosses that limit, I take a stand for myself. And when I step out of my house, be it the basketball court or be it on social media, I'm a very active person. So I keep using social media, and I post a lot about equality and a lot other stuff. So when I post about dowry, and when I post about a lot of other sexual inequalities, I have people, you won't believe, I have people who DM me and who tell me, don't be so open on social media, say for example Instagram. Don't be so open on it, you will not get a groom. So it's basically they're asking us not to take a stand for ourselves in order to get a groom. And I think that's such a sick mentality of people, because if we don't take a stand for ourselves, who else will? It's a question mark. Nobody is going to come and tell you you have to take a stand for yourself, and we are there with you and all of that. That's not going to happen, especially with us. So it's just like we have to take a stand for ourselves, and I get so triggered when people do that. And it's so annoying sometimes. And I've always had this question and the burning urge inside me of why why are women being treated as the weaker sex? Why are women being told what to do, when to do, and how to do? As women, we all have time frame. Right after our birth until we turn 60, 70, we have a time frame. When are you getting married? When are you having kids? When are you planning for kids? We all have this time frame. And it's always the societal pressure that pushes us to do certain things in life, like getting married and having kids and all of that. So at times I see a lot of people who sacrifice their career, their education, their passion, and they become mothers and they become wives. So that is where you have to take a stand for yourself. So generally, women and girls become the half of the nation. They are like the 50% of the nation and of the world. So imagine if a set of gender is not educated, it's not being independent. Then imagine what is called as the development. Okay, so without women being independent and educated, you cannot call a nation developed, because that plays an important role. The education of a woman plays an important role. That is why there's a quote that goes, if you educate a man, you educate only that person, but if you educate a woman, you educate the family, you educate the whole nation. That is why there's something like that. So uh, women, I think, are the key catalysts for socio-economic changes. However, it is sad that despite so many successful women, we have a lot of successful women. Say, for example, Pratibha Patil ma'am. We have a lot of people, Indra Noy ma'am, and so many other people who have been excelling and acing in their field. But even today, parents, they think it's just luck. Okay, when you go and stand in front of your parents and you tell them that you will become the CEO of something, you become this or you become that, something big, they just tell you that it's all based on luck. Not all women can achieve and all of that. Yes, it is difficult, but it is never luck. Today, whoever is in that position, say for example me, I am in this position today because I fought my way through it. I fought everybody who asked me to get married instead of going and working. I fought my way here. So imagine the people who are at the highest position, how much they would have fought their way there. And parents or the society, they just say it's luck. And I get so turned off when people say that, because nothing works out with luck. Nothing does. So yeah. And always it's the son that's considered the breadwinner or anything. I've encountered a person who asked me to get married. It was a wedding, and she came up to me and she asked me what are my marriage plans. And I told her, like, I'll give it some time, maybe sometime later, not now, I'm not ready for it. And she told me this is the ideal age to get married. And I was actually surprised, because ideal age, who fixes it? Who are other people to fix the ideal age of marriage? So I feel that to get married, your prefrontal lobe has to be fully developed. Only then you can get married. So it's just like, I was just wondering why this person is coming and telling me. And she told me that after getting married, even if you get a girl child, you can keep trying and you can get a male child. So I was like, why do you need a male child? I can stop with girl child, right? And she told me, at your old age, who will look after you? So this is the mindset of many people, even today. Even though I told you that I belong to a family that's broad minded, that let me do whatever I want, whenever there is a news of childbirth, they ask the person what's the gender of the baby. And if it's a girl child, they're like, oh, it's a girl child. And if it's a boy child, oh, it's a boy. It's like they complete the family, but it's not true. We should equally cherish the girls as well, as much as we do boys. I am not saying that women should be treated as gods and women should be given high priority or anything like that. We just want to be treated equally. Okay, so that's the thing. Even at workplace, you face this. I face this. So there is a particular job that has to be completed by the end of this week. Okay, so that particular job will be something that I am very efficient at. But they will give the job to my male colleague because they think that my male colleague will sit at 8 p.m., 10 p.m., and complete the job and then leave. At this point, I will go and fight. I will go and ask them, why aren't you giving me this job? And their immediate response will be, you cannot stay till 10 p.m. to complete the task. Okay, so when the deadline is at the end of this week, why do I have to sit and do that job and finish it in one day? That'll be my question. So I fight and I will go tell them that I am going to do this job. It is not his job, it's my job. I am very efficient at it, and the higher authorities would have asked me to do it in the first place. So I would just go and ask, get no get the job delegation done correctly. But for people who don't fight, okay, for people who settle down when they say, no, we are giving it to a male colleague, you cannot work at nights, right? You cannot stay for long and work, right? And they give the work to male colleagues and they don't fight back. My own colleagues, female colleagues, they don't fight back. They say it's okay, fine. They do not, the next time there's something, they'll keep quiet. Okay, so when they know it's me, they refrain from doing so. They speak among themselves saying, oh, this Naufa, she comes and fights, no, you cannot play with her. So that is when I felt that when you take a stand for yourself, things change. My female colleagues who didn't take a stand for themselves, nothing changed for them. But for me, when I started taking a stand, when I started demanding that it's my job, I have to do it, they started giving me that importance. So it always begins from you. Okay, so most people, they keep thinking that one person cannot change the world. That is such a wrong mindset. I will tell you why. Because say the whole nation has this mindset, the world will never change, the world will never become a better place. So it always starts from you. That is why it always starts from you. You might be a drop in the ocean, you might be just a little drop in the ocean, but without that tiny drops, there's no ocean at all. There's no vast water body called the ocean. So it is important to understand why you should start changing yourself to change the nation. So the set of impacts that education can bring is, it builds stronger families, communities, and economies. As I said earlier, educating a female means educating the whole nation. You bring about a change in the family, you bring out a change in the community, and then into the nation. So that's important. Smaller and more sustainable policies, I mean, for families, sorry. So, when I say smaller, it means people settle down with a girl child. They don't keep trying for a boy or anything like that. So, they give equal importance to the girl child as well, because I mean, women who are educated are career oriented. Okay, they try to balance both career and family, and that is why we say smaller and more sustainable families. Yeah, fewer girls in child marriages. So I have an incident to quote here. uh, Around, like, I am not sure which time this came into existence or into action, but there was a pact, I mean, there was an act where you have to, like, get your children, I mean, female uh, female children married only at the age of 21. They brought that into action, and they had around 1 week time until that could come into power. So in that 1 week's time, we had overnight marriages. Okay, so I know it's surprising. We had people under the age of 21, which is 18, 16, 14, getting married overnight. And these priests and mullahs, they had so much of demand because they had too many marriages to, witness. So I feel that that's such a sick mentality where you get your daughter married because you can't wait until she turns 21. So I'm not sure, because marriage is something that takes years and years of deciding and finding the right person. But this didn't happen that way. They just had some man in the mind for their daughter probably, and they just proposed, and it just happened in 2 days and in 1 week. Just in my locality, it's a very vast locality. My locality is, we had around 400 marriages. So you can imagine what might have happened in the nation. So it was really pathetic to see that happening. And more control over their lives. Okay, so as women, we live under our fathers for 21 years, and then we get married. We live under a husband, and we live under a husband for like 20-30 years, and after that we live under our sons. That's what's been happening. We never take charge for ourselves, our needs, our wants. We never take charge of that. So we don't have control over our lives. We are always told what to do. Okay, because we are not independent, because we are not financially independent in the first place. We keep depending on the male members of the family. So I think education is a very powerful tool that will change this. Okay, and the last one is the pandemic job loss. So during the pandemic, one of my colleagues' husband lost his job. He was a civil engineer, and that particular job could not be done on remote. Okay, we all have this work from home facilities, but people who have to go to the field and supervise and manage and all of that, they have to do this field work and all. That person couldn't go to the office because of the lockdown, and he lost his job. So this female colleague of mine took up the responsibility until that person found a job. Okay, it took around 1.5 years for him to find a job, because the job market dropped so badly after the lockdown. So it took really a lot of time, 1.5 years, to get his job back. And I'm not sure what would be the case if that female colleague was a housewife. It just scares me to even think about that, because they have kids at home, and they have their parents at home. Okay, so of course they'll have savings, but there are also people who invest in properties. So I'm not sure if that particular person was not earning. The situation would have been so pathetic. Okay, they would have not had food. Even today, she tells me that if I didn't have this job, we would have starved to death, and that scares me. Okay, so it is not wrong for a woman to take over and run the family. It's never wrong. Yeah. So I studied in an all women's college, and when I went for the admission, they were a little skeptical because of my religion. They told me that people who belong to your religion get the girls married early. So we want to give this a seat. There was just one seat, and they told me that we would wish to give this seat to somebody who has goals, who doesn't just study to get married. We witness a lot of people like that. They just get the degree for the namesake, and they just get married. Whereas people who are goal oriented, and who do not make it through the college admissions, um, they struggle. Okay, so they might have a lot of goals, but these people will have a little more marks, and they'll get admitted into the college, and then they get married at the end of third year. So they were a little skeptical, my college management, and they told me, see, if you're getting married by the end of third year, please go from here. Okay, so I told them like, what's the reason? And it's like, people from your religion, they come, get admitted here, and they get married, and they either discontinue or they don't have goals at all. My college is a missionary. It's like, it's the first women's college in Coimbatore, and so it runs on a mission to educate the women of the society, not just to sit at home after getting married and teach your kids basic math and science. It's just to, make yourself self-sufficient and independent. Okay, that's the purpose of this college. So they were a little skeptical, but I told them, I promised them that that's not going to happen with me, and they were convinced, and then they offered me the seat. And I was thinking how pathetic the situation is, that they are not willing to give a seat, because people who just study and, just for the namesake, just for the degree certificate, and then get married. So that should be avoided. We should always have goals. We should always have, to live on ourselves, learn to live on ourselves. So that's very important. And here's what we can do. So when I was in college, we clubbed together, and we organized a club called Stree. Okay, it means women in Malayalam. um, and this focuses on women empowerment. Okay, it's a whole student initiative. Five of us, we started this together, and we'd go to outskirts of the city, and we take census on how many women are there, how many are interested to study, how many are married, how many have kids and still they are interested to study. And we give them channels on where they can apply, how they can apply, how they can get educated, and we help them to do it. We take them to that place, we help them do it. And because of that, so many women came forward to study. So this is something that you can do and I can do, okay, on a small scale, right? So that's one thing. And I am very sure that you would have heard of Educate a Child. It's an online platform where you can donate a little bit of cash, and you can take ownership of one student. Like, I think it's 3,000 or so. So you can take ownership of one student's education for 1 year. So by this, like, we have 168 participants here. So imagine 168 participants decide and go on this mission. You educate 168 kids. So that's a big deal, right? So there's that. And you can raise funds using many websites like the Keto and all of that for educating women. So empowering women does not just end with financial independence. It's psychological, it's social, educational, political, and economical. Okay, so your duty can be also limited to even little things, where you can sit down and improvise the self esteem of a girl child, maybe your neighbor or something, and educate them. Most people do not get educated because of the financial crisis they have at home. But we have a lot of scholarships. We have Indira Gandhi scholarships, Maulana Azad Girl Child scholarships, and so many other things. You can just research. We have the privilege of internet. We have the privilege of getting stuff done at our doorstep, right? So we can sit and research, and we can help them through it. And this is how you can play a part, I believe. Yeah. And provide platforms for women and girls' voices to be heard. So we all know about Official Humans of Bombay. It's a profile on Instagram where you get to see the achievements of a lot of people. So it's like you can start one, and you can address the achievements of many women who come from a very conservative background, and who have achieved so many things. So there are a lot of platforms where we can work on. So it's just like it begins from you. I want to focus and stress on the fact that it always begins from us, from you, from as an individual. Yeah. Thank you.
Very much, Miss Naufa. Such a powerful giving messages, for giving such messages to all young women out there. Please take a stand for yourself, educate yourself so that you don't have to depend on anybody, and so that you get goal oriented, and so that you can achieve many things in your lives. And it's high time that society has to change the way it treats a girl, because we are not asking to be treated superior to any other gender, superior to male gender. We just want to be treated equally. Thank you very much for such beautiful messages, Ms. Naufa. On behalf of Padma Shri Institute of Management and Sciences, I once again thank our resource person, Ms. Naufa, for such a powerful and thought-provoking talk. Thank you very much once again. Now,
Thank you.
one of our students will be talking about recent achievement of girls in different fields. And I would like to request Ms. Jennifer P.S. to kindly take over. Ms. Jennifer P.S.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
To all the girls who are watching this, never doubt yourself that you're valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in this world to pursue and achieve your own dreams. These words by Hillary Clinton always inspires us. A warm and glorious afternoon to one and all present here, honorable dignitaries and my dear friends. I'm Jennifer P.S. and I'm here to represent about the girl society in our nation. Now, a world without girl is as impossible as world without water. National Girl Child Day is celebrated every year in India on 24th of January. The day is celebrated to create awareness about the right of every girl child and to promote importance of their education, health, and nutrition. It is an initiative of Ministry of Women and Child Development. It also aims to provide support and opportunities to girls from and around the country. It was initiated in the year 2008. The purpose of this day is to spread awareness about the gender based discrimination that girls face in our society and to bring change in the attitude towards girls. Several campaigns, such as Save the Girl Child, free or subsidized education for girl children, reservations for women in colleges and universities, have been initiated to reduce this discrimination. Be that strong girl that everyone knew you would make it through the worst. Be that fearless girl, the one who would dare to do anything. Be that independent girl who didn't need a man. Be that girl who never backed down. These words by Taylor Swift have always inspired me to break all the obstacles that have come up in my life. Now, there are many such inspirational stories of girls and women which have always awestruck our minds. Girls are capable of anything and they can achieve many wonders. One such wonders are not possible. So many wonders, and one of few among them are legendary Jhansi Rani Bai, Mahadevi Verma, to iconic stars P.V. Sindhu, Hima Das, and our Miss Universe Harna Sandhu 2021. Here's our nation's pride who are about to receive Bal Puraskar Awards, in which 10 members are girls. Isn't it wonderful? Jyoti Kumari, a 16-year-old girl who was very famous for showing her exemplary courage by driving a bicycle for 1,200 kilometers for her dad, who was in COVID-19 crisis. And along with her, Vemish Kisham, Namya Joshi, Prasiddhi Singh, Savita Kumari, Arshia Das, Palak Sharma, and Kushi Patel, and many more are about to receive Bal Puraskar Awards. And our country's pride was uplifted in Tokyo Olympics also by our medal winners PV Sindhu, Saikom Meribai Chanu, Lavlina Borhen, and also Bhavani Devi, the first Indian woman to ever qualify for Olympics in fencing. And Aditi Ashok, who achieved great heights in Olympic golf by securing fourth place. And Kamalpreet Kaur, ended up in 6th position in discus throw. So many stories coincide and tell us about the women achievement and about the girls' achievement. Girls are capable of anything in this world. It begins from our home, like a great mother, sister, wife, daughter, and many more. She plays many roles. So nowadays, girls are not equal to 10 sons, but are equal to 10 sons. So, like our chief guest ma'am told, let us take a stand for ourselves. So, thank you everyone for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to talk on this special occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jennifer,
Thank you, ma'am.
for such a powerful talk. Thank you very much. We have now come to an end of today's event. So the take-home message is, let us empower a girl child. Let us educate her, let us support her nutritionally, educationally, so that she gets career-oriented and so that she gets established in her life, that she need not depend on anybody. And it is rightly said, you educate a man, you educate an individual. You educate a woman, you educate a family. And many educated families together develop the nation. That is how women empowerment can result in country's empowerment as well. So with this, I'd like to end this event. And I believe Principal Ma'am would like to add something.
Yeah, thank you, Nida, and thank you both the speakers, and wonderful song by our Mugdha, and a talk by Jennifer and Naufa. As they said, it is a really great day for us. At least we thought we should come together. And there are, see, here we are not here to just say that girls are very important, or without girls that will not happen, this will not happen. Everybody knows about it. But at least if you give a hand holding, as Naufa said, to one girl child, either you give an emotional support, moral support, if not financial support, moral support or emotional support, and lift them if they are having a problem, because most of the problems they will not speak it out. And with this small note of message, I thank all the organizers who organized this event with a very, very short notice. We decided in the morning, and it came into, see, because all this happened because of the determination what we are having in our team. And I thank once again all the organizers and participants for actively participating in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We shall end the session here. And once again, I'd like to wish all young women out there happy National Girl Child Day to all of you. Let us make ourselves proud, our family proud, and our country proud. And let us work towards women empowerment. Thank you once again for participating. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nida, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, there is a feedback form. Please give valuable feedback.
Yes, participants, I request you all to click on the link given in the chat box to provide your valuable feedback. Thank you very much.